Hello guys, and welcome to this video. So we are playing against CK Smoke, Camilo Gomez Garrido, and I am from Spain. 2,439 on the ICC, so it's an pretty high rating. Okay, so let's try this G4 move again, but let's this time not give the pawn away stupidly. Let's push G5. After 92 we saw that we are giving up the pawn. Okay, he's challenging my pawn. I cannot play h4 because of pawn take, and I cannot retake with the pawn. So I could retake with the bishop. Is it that bad? Can I go like queen d2, pawn takes and bishop takes, and then I move the pawn to h4? It kind of makes sense to me. Okay, so we thread those guys off. Now he's threatening. I mean, if I go with my knight, he's going to bring the knight to f3. Two options are available: bishop g2 or long castle. Let me choose bishop g2 because I want to protect my rook in some variations. And of course, now after bishop g4, I have f3 as well. So knight f6, developing the pieces. I think I shoot long castle now. Okay, rook b8, he's preparing b5. Can I go knight to e2? And after bishop g4, like rook f1. Or maybe pawn to f4. Okay, let's go pawn to f4. The thing is that the king is in the center. So I love to push my pawns and go knight d5 now. I hope I'm not blundering something because it gets very tactical, and I don't like the fact he has some bishop h6 sometime. So maybe a move like bishop b7 would be good for him. Oh boy, it's very complicated. It's extremely complicated. Okay. Can I go rook e1? Seems to make sense. So after pawn f6, I would play knight takes c8. Maybe I had to take this knight on c8. Something is wrong here. Something is wrong here for me. This knight is wrongly placed, and my time is running away. Okay, let's go c3. Oh, I have 39 seconds. I took too long. Must not be in a good form. It's a move I could have played a lot quicker, especially because I thought about that a long time before. So after knight f5, can I take on f5, push the pawn to d4? Okay. It seems that knight c4 is a good move. So I'm trying to use the rook to win a tempo. It was such a shame I was so slow. This game is getting interesting, but 35 seconds. Okay, let's take. Okay, knight f3. Okay, bringing the king away. Okay. Straining the rook. Okay, let's challenge the knight. But I will fall short. I'm going all in. I'm trying to checkmate this guy. This is pretty much my only chance to win the game, is to give a checkmate. Though I don't really see how this is even possible. But I have to try to. Okay. Okay. Let's bring back the bishop. position is pretty interesting for me. I think I'm better even, somehow. If I was not too weak, too slow, this would be perfect. Okay, I'm trying to bring the rook. Okay. If I was not too weak, too slow, this would be perfect. Okay.
Check.
Okay, I'm hiding this. I think it takes only 2. But I don't see any checkmate. Okay. I don't have any checkmates, guys. Okay. Trying to fight as good as I can. Refighting as good as I can.
Check.
Taking this guy off. I'm just going to move back and forth with my king here. Yes! Yes, we got the draw! Yes! It's a fortress! Whoa, that's big relief! What a nice trick I done! I thought about that, but I could not verbalize it. I was trying to hide away. Wow! This draw really feels like a win. It really feels like a win. Oh, what a defense. No, I'm really happy about this one, guys. Okay, let's have a look. E4, C5. So I went again with this G4 idea. It's not bringing too many results for the moment. I think move G5 here isn't good. Maybe I should play just H4. Keep it going. Because H6, Queen D2, take. Knight D4, Bishop G2. So I'm covering the square. Knight F6, long castle. Rook B8, so it's preparing B5. You don't want to play B5 here, because after B5 always E5 is coming and the diagonal is a problem. So Rook B8, F4, B5, E5, going to open up the center, because I see the king has stayed in the center and he's not going to short castle, so I want to open things up. But the thing is that with this knight and the rook still on their starting square, it's pretty hard to follow with an attack. So I thought this e7 pawn was hard to defend. But the thing is that in a lot of variation, I think he has bishop h6 at the end, winning back the queen. So if my king would be on b1 here, if I could just play 2 moves and bring the king to b1, I would probably be doing good. But here the thing is that in many variations... Okay, so in many variations, by example, if I take with the bishop, he has bishop h6. Bishop takes, bishop d2,
check,
rook d2 and king d8. This was probably better than what I did in the game, but I mean, I was not happy because I could not calculate if I lose a piece during those exchanges or not. So I took with the knight, and I thought somehow I would be able to bring the bishop to c6, but those 2 knights are really mighty in the center. It's queen d6. Here, of course, I just had to take the bishop. I tried to be smart with rook e1, but now the bishop is not available anymore. And it's really problematic, so I found the best move, c3, in first line. Knight f5, take, and d4. So trying to open up the center. Take, knight c4, queen f4. So now this attack on b8 is saving me. So he took on d4, took on d6, took on d6, knight f3. So I was only 31 seconds and 1 minute 33. And I thought, after bishop g7, king b1, that the position was equal. Because I don't really think I'm in deep trouble on the king side. He's a pawn up, but my h pawn is a side pass pawn. And it's really good in the endgame. It's pretty obvious how to push it, while the king should be castled. As he did in the game. Let's go a few moves further. So trading the knights. And really it felt this pawn was as strong as those two guys. So I was not really worried here, except by the time. So rook e8, h5, so played the obvious move, just pushing the pawn, push, push, push. Maybe h5, h6 is not needed, but again, I wanted to make some checkmate nets. So attacking the pawn. Okay, I'm going for the pawn. I was thinking about some rook f5 and thought maybe something is happening here. Though this bishop on d4 is always controlling everything, so objectively nothing can really happen, but at least it's scary when your opponent has only 22 seconds. You really just think about winning the game safely. Here bishop c4 with the idea bishop d3 was a really good idea for black. So here, yeah, rook d1 was a better move. Okay, didn't see that. Bishop b7, going to harass the rooks with my bishop, trying to play h7, sorry. Okay, rook e2. Oh, here bishop b2. Let's have a look at this line. Oh, yeah, it was easy, but I didn't see that. So pawn to b3, pawn to a3, bishop f6, bishop c1. And the thing now is that I'm totally committed to protect those pawns, and it's really dangerous. My pawn on h6 is just a 4 dream. I know it's blocked, it cannot be pushed. So I just tried to fire moves and hope for some
Check.
For some blunder. So now we trade pieces. So it's materially equal, but the pawn on f4 is going to be queened, and the pawn on h6 is just pointless because this king, all those pieces are tied to each other. The bishop, the rook, the two pawns, and the king. All those guys can't move. The only guy that is able to move is the bishop, and of course a bishop alone can't do anything. So he's pushing the pawn, just trying to stop it, just being a bit sneaky. Okay, and here
Check.
what is the winning plan here? So okay, the computer is giving. Okay, this is drawn, but the computer is giving bishop e7, king g6. Just want to see how he checkmates me. Oh, okay. So that's the idea. And if I go h7 here, okay. Oh, okay, and the thing is that now I can play b5. Oh, okay. It was pretty simple to win. Okay, I'm being a bit stupid, but the thing is that if the bishop goes away, there are no more stalemate, and the move b4 is always going to be playable for white, and this is over. So a bit lucky at the end, but I mean, I'm really glad of the game, of what happened. To win, to draw by a stalemate when you've been a minute 30 down from the mid game is really something enjoyable. So thank you for watching the video. Have a nice day. Bye.